you tell about yourself a bit?
My name is Daniel and I work at the Grants and Innovation Office at the University of Gothenburg, and I'm also very passionate about getting more people engaged in driving innovative projects. So not in the terms that they drive their own innovative projects, but that there's a lack of momentum in innovative projects. Since I work within the academy, getting research to be utilized in the outside world, I will not say that researchers. There's a lot of improvement that can be made in terms of the pace of an innovation project that comes out of academia. So I focus a lot of incorporating students into these projects so they can be driving forces and increase the momentum of these projects. So I'm quite passionate about motivation and what makes people tick for innovation. Like how do you get them to be interested in it, and also how do you get them to stick around for like 5 months, 10 months, 12 months, and so on.
As far as I know, you have created a project called Black Dot. Can you tell a bit about it?
Black Dot is an organization that I created in order to do a product which is called challenge-based, knowledge-driven innovation. It's a EU-funded project. You always have to have these schmeftlefty names. Yeah. However, since I work within academia, there are certain boundaries. Since it's a government-run university, in order to not having to deal with all of these boundaries, I created separate organizations which I could work through, where students could engage themselves, challenge givers, startups, researchers, and so on and so forth, without me having to deal with all the bureaucracy.
What is innovation?
Kind of depends. I come from academia, so it's your own fault that you asked the question. So I would define an innovation as a solution that people use. Everything else is just an idea. But then you can talk about innovation as a process to innovate or be innovative. However, I would also say that, well, you're in the idea capacity stage and the prototype building stage and the testing phase and so on. And innovation is something that people use, period. If you have a prototype, but no one's buying it, then you have a prototype. You don't have an innovation. And I think it's really important to make the clarification so that people understand what they're working towards. So you're not working with innovation just by having prototypes, but you aim and strive towards having an innovation on the market that people actually can use, buy, and cherish and like.
Okay, and a lot of people are struggling with finding ideas, finding these things to develop, finding innovations. What can you suggest? How can you really find an idea for your business?
Stop looking for ideas is my first tip. Start looking for problems. Nobody gives a shit about an idea, but if you have a really defined and well-researched problem, that's an excellent starting point for trying to figure out how do we solve the problem. Just having ideas, I understand that people worry that they don't have ideas because they haven't found a problem. So if you start finding a problem, then like a bakery. People are hungry. There's not a bakery in this neighborhood. I can open a bakery. People like bread. Super easy. However, if you just say, I would like to bake, but I don't know any people who want bread, it kind of becomes hard to do that. So start looking for problems, real problems that people actually have. There's a great book. There are 2 great books that I would suggest for that. One is The Mom Test. It's a very famous innovation book from a startup person. And the other one is Just Enough Research, which is more of a niche literature, but it's about how much research you actually have to do to understand or find a problem, rather than going the whole academic